Good morning, good morning, good morning to some folks. Good evening. Uh, Welcome to Recreate. We create our success, recreate our future, recreate our life, recreate our destiny. It's for us to decide what kind of future do we want. As you can see, the topic today, my blessed and wonderful people. How safe do you feel when you send your children off to school in today's environment? How safe? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section, how safe do you feel sending your children, your grandchildren, your niece, your nephews off to school? When you're at work, are you worried? Does it do you even think about what's going on, what could happen? Some people would say you're paranoid if you keep thinking that way. Some people would say leave it in God's hand. Some people would say, I don't feel my children are safe, but they have to go to school. Some people would do homeschooling. If you're not working, I can see homeschooling being an option, or if you work nights, you could homeschool your kids so you can get some rest and go off to work at night. But tell me what you think about this topic. After so many school shootings, people are really thinking, because children are being traumatized by these events. And to know that, children are going into school and shoot it up. And do you think you should have this discussion with your child before sending your child to public school or any school? Should you have this discussion with your children? Comment, like, subscribe. Should you talk to your kids about bullying other kids or being bullied? Because sometimes these kids report it to the teacher or the principal and it's not addressed and they don't notify the parents. And sometimes the child will tell you that they're not saying anything because they don't want to be called a snitch. It's more important to them not to be called a snitch than for their safety, than for them not being hit, their lunch money taken away, their lunch thrown away, you know, being abused by other kids in school. Because kids can be real mean. They can be real mean at school. And other kids are so intimidated by them that they refuse to let their parents know. So should we have that talk with our child to let them know, if you don't feel safe at school, you feel like you're being bullied, if you feel like you're not comfortable with a situation, be free to talk to me. I won't judge you. I try to talk to the principal, not let them know that, you told me so that you won't be called a snitch, because these children care about not being called a snitch more than anything. And what can we say? Because you have teenagers out there in gangs, and you have gangs out there with, 20-year-old. And probably, I don't know about gangs and that. So I don't know if they're older that, if you're a snitch, they'll kill you. But if you're a snitch in school, they'll beat you up. They'll isolate them. They'll make them feel lesser than. So should school be having sessions where they talk about bullying and why not to bully and why snitching is not a bad word? Snitching is more being the person who's brave, that a person who snitches the brave one, not the ones that don't snitch are not the brave one, and that they should not feel intimidated not to talk when they feel or see someone being abused in school or in the lunchroom or in the classroom or even in the line to get into the school. I think we should have this deep conversation with our children. And if we see our children when they come home, their demeanor is different, they start acting different, you need to have a talk with your child to find out. Because some of these shooting, children going to school and shooting, is because they're being bullied and they were afraid not to be called a snitch. And it broke them mentally, where they think that in order for this to end, I got to kill these people. I'm killing them so that I'm killing this abuse. I'm killing this bullying. That's what they're thinking. They're killing the bullying that's happening to them. So we need to address it, and parents need to address it. And if the child being bullied, you need to go to school and make sure the school address it. If they don't address it, get your child in another school. Go to the Board of Education and explain to them what's going on and why your child needs to be taken from that school. And make sure the next school know what happened so that it can be addressed, that it doesn't happen no more. Because kids would just bully kids for what they wear. If they're not wearing, the up to date, the Jordans, they bully and laugh at them, and it breaks them. It breaks them. So we need to let our children that it's not kind to laugh at others, not kind because somebody can't afford to wear what they're wearing, to mock them about what they're wearing. We need to have that serious conversation with our kids. We need to watch our kids' attitude when they get home. If the attitude change, if they just start locking themselves away, that's a clear sign. Get them to therapy. Get them into therapy, because most times children don't talk to you, but they talk to a therapist. They talk to somebody else, but they won't talk to you as a parent. And that's just a common thing. You have adults who don't talk to their parents about certain things. So can you imagine a child that's brain is growing, that's just growing to understand himself, understand life, probably going through the body changes and being body shamed, you know, and afraid to talk to their parents about it. This is a very serious topic. For all my viewers, please share this site and let others hear and let others comment. Talk about what your children say at school without naming your children or naming yourself. And let's stop. But if you see the changes in your child, it's time to have a talk. And if they're not hoping enough, it's time to get therapy. Because you got the school can assign you to therapy. Here in the US, the school will assign you to therapy sessions and you go through the board ahead. And then DFACS helps out to pay for the therapy. And for those who can pay for the therapy, that's okay. But if you see your child being bullied, if you see your child being a bully, they also need therapy. They need to talk it out. Because if they don't, they're going to act it out. So we need to talk to these children. We need to talk to them, because as far as we see, everybody wants to have a gun. And so sad that if you have mental issue, you still can get a gun in this United States. And it's sad that, parents who do have a gun are not hiding it from the kids, are not having it locked up somewhere that they don't know, and explaining to them why it's not the time for them to have a gun until they reach a certain age, when they're more mentally prepared to know that a gun is for safety, not for killing your enemies or killing people you don't like. This is a very serious topic. Please, please, parents, watch your children. Try to find out who they're talking to. Try to find out if they're being cyberbullied. Try to have them talk. And if you see they reach the point where they're not talking, they need therapy. They need somebody to open up to. They do. Both the bully and the person who's been bullied in school need therapy, because this is a breakdown. Because probably if that child had therapy earlier and the bullying had been addressed, it wouldn't have gone so far. Just my opinion, just my suggestion. What do you think? You're free to explain yourself. Okay, everyone. Thank you for logging in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to Recreate. Have a great day.